It's been a little while since I did a life update video, so I thought I would do a life update video for you now, as it is currently the 12th of June. And the last time I did one, I think it was April, so yeah, I did a blog post last month which was a life update. If you prefer blogs, you can read them, pretty much the same stuff in it. If you prefer me sitting and chatting to you, then hi, welcome, and hey look, this is a little badge and it's got my Nozfest on it. Anyway, let's start off with Nozfest, shall we? It's all coming along really nicely. I've just started really pushing the press promotion. If you're wondering why I'm looking for notes, lots of interviews are now taking place. I'm doing interviews with local magazines, local newspapers, radio stations and stuff like that to like really sort of push things going, because there's only 2 months to go. It's really exciting. Like literally there is less than 2 months to go because it's the 12th. So yeah, there's less than 2 months to go. It's very exciting. Yeah, they'll be publishing these stories within the next couple of weeks. So like if you do live in my area, keep an eye out in the New Milton Advertiser. It's the A&T, and also it's called the Milton Mail, which is also known as like the Highcliffe Herald and Barton Bugle, because there might be a story in there also, which is exciting. So keep your eyes out if you're local to me for those. It's becoming very real and scary, but also incredibly exciting. I don't think people realise just how much effort, time and work goes into putting on an event of this scale, and it's terrifying. It really is. Like, I'm so nervous and scared, but I'm also like so excited, and I just can't freaking wait for it to go ahead and for everyone to be there, like you guys to be there and the bands to be there and my family and my friends, and just have a really amazing day. Is that thunder? I mean, if you can hear the rain, it's meant to be download this weekend, isn't it? If you're going to download, good luck. It is currently raining. If that was thunder, that's fucking scary. I hope it wasn't. I hope Nozfest isn't a drown. Well, luckily it's inside, so people first. There's a few minor details that still need ironing out, but otherwise it's all going really well thus far, so not a lot of things to worry about at this point. It's just like sorting out the final details and the confirmations, and otherwise it's all running smoothly. I'm also going to be heading to the venue over the next few days to take pictures and videos, to start planning how I want things to set up, and how I want everything to look on the day. So I'll be taking photos of the backstage area, the stage, upstairs, everywhere, and sort of planning where I want to put the merchandise stalls and where I want certain bands to be, and if there's any press coming, where I want their booths to be. If I want a booth for like me and my friends and my family, the staffing, the volunteers, and obviously how I want the backstage area to look, because I want it to be quite cool for my bands. I don't just want to stick them in a room. I'm not that person. I really want them to have somewhere comfortable that's full of like nice things and somewhere for them to go and chill away from all the drama. So I want it to be that kind of place and not just be like, here you go, here's a room, sit in it, because it's a big deal to me, and I want all my bands to feel happy. So yeah, exciting. The venue is very supportive, obviously, and I couldn't be doing any of this without them. So again, thank you Guy and thank you Richard for all of your help and your support. I look forward to seeing you over the next few days, and obviously for the event to go ahead. Obviously thank you to everyone who's already purchased their tickets. Please do buy in advance. It really does help us calculate everything, and also helps like make sure you don't miss out. So please do buy your tickets in advance. I highly recommend you do that. It will work out cheaper in the long run, trust me. And also thank you, I just said that, thank you to everyone who's purchased a ticket. Tickets are £20 each, and you can get them from www.nozfest.org. I'll either leave something there, and there'll definitely be links down in the description, so check all the info out there. I did do a video specifically on my Nozfest, so go and check that out as well, where all sorts of details, like from the planning, organising, budgeting, everything will be in there if you're interested in the story of Nozfest. Now I want to talk to you about veganism. You don't have to listen, you can totally skip this, I don't mind. I'm not a full-on vegan, I'm not full-time vegan. I recently had this thing called flexitarian, which I think would probably fit me more, which is I sometimes eat fish, I sometimes eat meat, sometimes, you know, I'm mainly a vegetarian with vegan alternatives as well. Like, I'm basically trying to be healthy. That's how I want to go about being healthier, is to have like a vegan lifestyle or whatever. But obviously at Christmas time I'm probably going to have a turkey with my family. I mean, it's ages away, but I just think it'd be easier for everyone if I wasn't like, I have to have this. And like, obviously if you're going to order a Chinese, I'm going to have a duck spring roll, because... But mainly, like 99% of the time, I would say I am vegetarian / vegan. I'm not going to promote veganism or force it down anyone's throats. It is just something I have slowly ventured down the avenue of, and have now gained a much more positive relationship with eating food because of this. Like, I have a much more... I eat better food, I eat better. Before I was literally just eating biscuits, cake, crisps all day, every day. I never really had a meal. And if I did have a meal, it would be KFC, McDonald's. And it just wasn't doing me any good. So I decided to do this, where I'm cooking my own meals. I have my own food in the fridge and in my cupboards, which I use, I pay for myself. And it's just helped me a lot become more positive, and I actually really enjoy cooking now, and I'm eating food. I'm not just going to like a KFC, a kebab house, or opening a bag of crisps because there's nothing else in the house. I'm actually having to cook, which is good for me because I needed that in my life. And I've actually, like, you can tell, like, my skin's a lot better, my hair's better, my nails are better, like, I'm feeling better, I have more energy, and you know, I can actually get stuff done, which is amazing. I feel better, I feel more confident within myself as a person, and I'm a lot more mentally stable. Just generally been a really positive decision for me to make, rather than having to be on medication all the time and feeling low no matter what I did, being constantly stressed out with things that didn't even matter. It's amazing that food can really make a difference to your mental health. Like, if you are feeling really low and, you know, meds or whatever isn't working, try an alternative diet. It doesn't have to be vegan, it doesn't have to be vegetarian. Just try eating better. Like, even if you're like cooking a meal that has meat in it, try doing that rather than buying a ready meal or a takeaway. Like, just the little things, they do help. Like, for me, having to cook my meals rather than buy them out of a packet definitely helped me a lot, which I recommend doing. For me, I also recommend at least trying at least one vegetarian meal a week if you want to. Doesn't really matter if you don't. I'm just saying, like, it's a good idea for like health benefits if you just incorporate it into your diet somehow. It's not as bad as it sounds, and it's quite easy, and the food's pretty tasty, hence why I eat so much of it now, and I've actually gained 2 stone, which I'm not happy about, but I'm working on it. Also, I bought this book. It's Vegan £1 Meals, and this is a really, really good book and a game changer. It helped me a lot. This book's really good to help out with, because all the portion sizes are for one person, so you don't even have to like worry about making them smaller. They're literally all for one person anyway, which is great because I'm the only person in my family who wants to be a vegan, so I need this. I tend to pick 1 to 2 meals from this book a week, or I use it if there's anything left over in my fridge, like tomatoes, mushrooms, pasta, that I just have no clue what I'm going to do with. I flick through here and I figure something out. I recently actually made it, and I thought, oh, this looks so good. Look, it's tofu salad and it looks amazing. I've made this. It's cherry tomato gnocchi. It's actually really good and really quick and easy to make. I might make it again or try something different because I'm not sure I like gnocchi. So I'm going to try that. I want to make this actually because apparently artichoke's a really good meat substitute, like jackfruit, but I've never had artichoke ever, so don't know if I like it yet. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out the thing I made the other day, which was so good, and I want to make everyone. this, it's mushrooms and polenta. I made it slightly different to the recipe because we only had chicken gravy. So I had to use chicken, which, I mean, as if there's actually chicken in it anyway, I don't know. You're supposed to use vegan gravy granules, but I used chicken and it tasted fine. And obviously, as well as chicken stock, crumb and vegetable stock. But I made this, and oh, it was so good. And I used spinach instead of kale, but honestly, it was amazing, and I want to make it all the time now. I'm actually going to be making 2 things from here next week. One is like a sticky. Oh, I've made this as well. Sun-dried tomato pasta. That was so quick and so good, so good. It looks like I have an obsession with pasta. I want to make golden syrup broccoli noodles. And there's one, I think it's like peanut butter tofu. Yeah, sticky peanut butter tofu. I want to make that as well. So yeah, that's veganism. Like, if you want to have a look, please get this book. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Just look at the food in it anyway. Like, and you can probably make it meat as well. Like, just use chicken instead of tofu. I don't know. It's pretty easy to like alternate. Oh, my favourite food at the moment is like hummus pasta, which I found via the Versatile Vegan. She has a YouTube channel which I'm obsessed with, and I basically cook everything she recommends. I love avocado and spinach on toast with a bit of lemon on the top. It's amazing. And I've also found this thing called nutritional yeast, which I put in absolutely everything. It's amazing. Tastes like cheese. It's great. Right, next I'm going to talk about a holiday that I went on. I went on a holiday with my best friend Jordan in May. As harsh as it sounds, it was probably a big mistake for me, and not for the reasons that I was expecting. I want to talk about it in a video because I don't know, it helps me get off my chest for a start, but also other people might, you know, have similar things going on in their lives and need someone else to talk about it. I'm that person. Like, I could probably process it better if that makes sense. Not that I still need to process it, it's like pretty much over with now, but we all go through fucking issues. Even if you're like 95, I'm sure you're still going to have issues with your best friends or whatever. But coming home just sent our friendship completely spiraling off the rocks, and we've only really just decided to call ceasefire and like just and get on with us, which is good. Like, I don't want him to not ever be my friend, but you know, friendships are hard because you go through stuff, and sometimes it makes you closer, sometimes it breaks you apart. But for us, I'm just glad that we've decided to be like, let's stop fighting, let's stop being bitches, and let's just fucking move on, like life's life. But yeah, it was good. I came back and I just didn't want to speak to anyone. I didn't want to see anyone. I lost all trust in everyone. I couldn't trust anyone. I didn't trust any of my friends anymore. I just didn't trust my bands, didn't trust myself, didn't trust no one, which is hard when you have the job that I have. And I just wanted to be left alone. I really struggled opening up to Jordan as well about it. I probably should have actually said something whilst we were away, and we probably would have avoided a lot of shit, but I wasn't particularly mentally stable at that point either, and I hate arguing, so I usually just accept what someone's saying just to get the tension out of the way, and then I end up hurting in the long run. Like, we did discuss it when we came back, and we didn't really discuss it enough, I don't think. But I was just like, I don't want to fight with you, so I'm just going to be like, okay, that's how you feel, great, and then move on. Whereas like, I didn't get a chance to be like, but I feel like this, and that's kind of what we should have done. But I was more just like, oh, okay, that's nice, and moved on, which I don't recommend doing, and I'm probably going to deal with things differently in the future and actually talk rather than just be like, because that's not good for anyone in the long run. I'm still to an extent upset about some things that did happen whilst we were on holiday, and I haven't, oh it sounds so harsh, and if you are watching this, like I love you, but I haven't properly forgiven. I'm just going to leave it there for some things that happen. Like, I'm still upset about them and I'm still hurting, but not as much as I was when I first came home. Like now, I'm like, oh, a couple of months time I'll probably be like, life's life, but right now I'm a bit like, but that's it. Yeah, but I put "but" in capital letters. I feel like I do have my best friend back, and I'm pretty happy about that. Like, I'm glad I have him back. I saw him a few days ago play at the Spoken Aces. Maybe I'll put a clip in, just, you know, for fun. And it felt like we never fell out, to be fair, which was nice, and I really needed that. And like, I was like, to be fair, I think I have my best friend back. And like, we were talking about stuff after that, and we were talking normally, and I don't know, having a laugh like we usually did, but we hadn't done that for at least, I don't know, 3-4 months, because everything was just so until May, and then it just got fucking worse, and it was more like, that's how I felt anyway. I don't know how he felt, but I definitely felt like there was tension all the time, like from the beginning of May until like a couple of weeks ago. Well, actually until last week, which isn't good for any friendship. But hey ho, it's all like blown over now, and yay. And Jordan, if you're watching this and you want to chat to me about it, you can. If you don't, please don't. I just wanted to like mention it because I don't know, some other people might be having shit with their best friends, and come on, but at the end of the day, you're still my best friend, and maybe I'm one of your best friends, who fucking knows, but yeah, I just wanted to include it. And anyway, let's talk about JodieBowie stuff. I've actually booked in all my dates for 2020 now. I'm booking shows specifically at the Hangar 18 bar in Swansea and the Stage Door in Southampton, just because they're the two venues out of all the venues that I've been booking at, the most supportive and easy and reliable, and just have a really good relationship with those venues. So I want to help them as much as I can because I want to. So yeah, that's why I'm booking there. I really enjoyed Swansea, the gig was amazing, so I want to put on more there. I've pretty much just let bands fill themselves in. A few of the dates I'm going to have to like tweak a little bit just to get the best out of each one of them, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of the bands that have been booked in for like a specific gig might not be from that area, so I need to sort of either take one off, put them on another, and then bring in a local band or add a local band and sort of like squish it, mould it like that, because I don't really think the best thing would be to have like bands from miles away play like a show all together, because people might not come. I don't know, just from the way I've been doing things at the moment, that's kind of how it works and what I've experienced. But otherwise, I am just letting bands message me asking for dates, which is literally what I've been doing, and it's pretty awesome to get to that point where I don't have to chase bands. They come to me. Like, how I used to do things would be book in dates and then think of a lineup and ask those bands if they want to play it, which is how I've been doing it for this year pretty much, until a few like, can we play this show, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna but yeah, that's how I've been doing it basically. But sometimes the bands don't get back to you, or they're not really that interested, so it can get quite hard. Whereas now at the moment I've got to the point where people are just like, oh, she puts on gigs, I'm gonna ask her, we're free this date, is there a slot? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, can we play it? And I'm like, well, yeah. And that's how it works, which I think is a lot better, and I'm getting a lot more varied lineups and a lot different bands that I've never booked before come up to me, which is amazing. I'll let one slip, just one. Like, I'm hopefully doing some gigs with The Addiction, which I am so excited about. Like, I've been wanting to work with them for fucking ages, so I'm so pleased that they asked me for some slots, and I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah. Sorry, I need to look at my notes. I've learned a lot from working with bands this year. I did have a bit of a wobble a couple of months ago when I didn't actually want to do this anymore, and this was going to be my final year. I was going to just quit after my Nozfest, or just keep doing Nozfest and nothing else. But luckily, I decided to stick it all out, and I've been wanting to work with some of the bands that I've booked, and they finally noticed me and are happy to join forces, and it's really exciting, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for me. As for the rest of this year, I still have June, July, October and November that have gigs in them. June is next week with Our Propaganda, Crook Shapes and Spider Bite. Tickets are currently £5 on offer. Link in description, go get them before they sell out. July I have Capulus, Your Mum and The Wicked Jackals. And the other two, you'll have to Google because I can't remember everything. But I have just announced my December lineup. I wanted to make the Christmas show with bands that I've already booked this year, that everyone has asked for them to come back. So I booked 27 Days, The Wicked Jackals, The Black Tree Vultures and Trouble County, and I'm so excited and I can't wait to celebrate Christmas with everyone. I'm going to talk about my Swansea gear because I had my first Welsh rock night and it went a lot better than I was expecting. I was really worried about this show. I was thinking of even cancelling it, but I'm so glad that I stuck it out and that the bands and venue believed in me, and it worked out super well. It was actually working with the Black Tree Vultures that made me want to stick at this. Those guys are absolutely wonderful and are awesome to hang out with. Jono kindly actually took me to Swansea and took me home, even though it's miles out of his way. Thank you so much, I'm so grateful, love you. But my entire experience with those boys opened my eyes, and I just want to keep at it now. Like, I kind of realised I was like, not all bands are dicks, and these guys are really fun, and they've made this trip fun, they've made me booking this show fun. Like, I was like, why do I want to quit when there's bands out there who are like this and are so good at what they do and they're so passionate about it, and they're just little bundles of fucking joy. I'm like, that's me, like, I relate, I'm the same, and it made me realise that I don't want to quit. So thank you guys, thank you for inspiring me to keep on at it. I honestly can't thank those guys enough or sing their praise. I adore them so much now, and I'm really excited about our future gigs together. They offered some awesome advice as well, which I'm definitely going to take on board. I've also just ordered a t-shirt from them, which I am going to customise and wear it to Nozfest, because I'm that person. I'm so fucking excited. It's going to be my Nozfest outfit, so... It was also on the same weekend that I returned from my holiday, the one that I went on with Jordan, when my trust for everyone was non-existent. So I was kind of in a bad mood. I was kind of like skeptical of everyone. So going on that trip to Swansea opened my eyes a lot, and I of course got to catch up with Luke, who is another one of my closest friends I've mentioned a lot in these life updates. My voice is going, I've been talking for too long. And I had a conversation about, we spoke for a long time. I had a conversation about learning to love yourself and accept yourself for who you are. I was like, I need to embrace my weirdness. He's like, yeah, you do. And I'm just like, okay, I'll embrace my fucking weirdness. And like, not everyone is out to get you. And I needed that time to sort of make up for my holiday, if that makes sense. Like, the 4 hours that I got to spend with Luke pretty much made up for the 4 days that I spent in a bad situation, which sounds so harsh and mean, but I was honestly in such a bad way. And I came home, and I was saying to Luke, I was like, do you know what, this trip up here, like, even though I've been sat in a car for 3 hours with like a band, it's been more exciting and just more, I don't know how to explain, like I felt more loved and appreciated and included, and I don't know, I felt so much happier in that situation, even though it only lasted for a few hours, rather than, you know, being away for an entire like long weekend or whatever. Yeah, and just like spending a couple of hours with Luke, even though we literally didn't do anything, we just like sat and talked and then went and bought Red Bull. It was just like so nice to be with people who genuinely do love you. Not saying that my friends I went on holiday with don't love me or whatever, but when you can feel that, it's just, I can't explain it without sounding like a bitch, and it was just really nice. It was like a refreshing experience for me to realise, like, I don't need to be upset. Like, I have people in my life, and yeah, that's what I needed. I think that like the whole trip with like going with Black Tree Vultures just changed my like everything, because I was like, they're so much fun, they're nice, like I want to do this every fucking weekend. God. But I don't think they'd be too happy if I was like, can I come like every single weekend? But you know, oh, this is a fucking song and a half. Also, I've made new friends. After returning from Swansea, I decided to make some new friends. Since then, I've actually been leaving my house. Like, I very rarely left my house after, I didn't see any of my friends after my birthday until the 10th of May. So my birthday was on the 29th of March, and I literally didn't see anybody until the 10th of May, and that really fucked me up quite a bit. People rarely spoke to me, I didn't see anyone. I didn't really leave my house unless I had to go to work or go shopping, and you know, it just got to me a lot. So I decided to like make some new friends and socialise with them, and I've been leaving my house at least like 3 times a week, which has been amazing. I really love it. I've been socialising, meeting new people, getting back to doing the things that I love doing, and keeping busy. I've built back a lot of the trust that I have lost from when that happened. You know, I've built a lot of it back with other people, or I've gained trust in others and myself, like for judgment and things like that. I've regained a lot of the confidence that I also lost, and I'm actually going out with one of my new pals this weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. And I think it's just life, really, like figuring out who is real and genuine and who the negative forces are. We all go through it, and I'm sure I'll still be experiencing it when I'm 60 odd, but for the moment I'm happy. I think I still have like negativity in my life, but I think I absolutely will always have something negative in my life. I don't think you can ever fully cut it out. Like, there'll always be someone or something that isn't positive. I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure I still have negativity or negative people in my life, but I am just choosing to give 90% of my attention to those who are beautiful and positive and have my back and deserve it. Like, if they are going to like stitch me up or whatever, then I'm not going to give them the time of day, am I? Like, they might be my friend, but if they're going to make me feel like I'm nothing, then I'm going to do the same back, because life's short and life is shit. Yeah, like, not saying that anyone did that on my holiday, by the way, but you know, you learn things from growing up and doing things like going on holiday with your friends. Like, they really test you, and I think it's good to do things like that. Like, definitely tested me and my judgment, and I literally had to ask people. I was like, is it me? Am I going crazy? And like at one point, like, I was even like messaging I think he watches these, I don't know, hi if you do. Like, I even was like messaging my ex. I was like, I don't know what fucking do. I was like, is it me? And they were literally like, no, this is probably always going to happen, because, and I'm like, oh, so I'm not being paranoid. Like, no, you're fine. Or I'm like, okay. Like, I'm getting hot just fucking talking about it, but like, when people tell you you're paranoid, you're this, you're that, you're like, am I? And it's really hard. But then when you realise that you're not, just get on with your life, meet new people who are lovely and who want to hang out with you and spend time with you and big you up, even if they've only known you a few weeks. people who are like, you're fucking awesome, like hang out with those people, like, because they're the people that want you to succeed in life, and that's what I've learnt. I might be chatting a load of bollocks, really, I don't Oh, and I want to finish off with talking about Jeffree Star, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I found a huge love of expressing myself through the means of makeup. I have so much fun. It's helped me build my confidence. Like, I feel like me when I have funky makeup on. I don't want to blend in like everyone else does. I don't want to be a part of the norm or part of a phase. Like, I'm not some edgy goth emo girl or rock chick. Well, I am a rock chick, look. But I don't want to be a part of that little niche. I just want to be me. This is me. So, and this is who I am 24/7. But not just because it looks cool to share on Tumblr or Instagram. So I wanted to share my Jeffree Star collection with you and show you a few of my favourites. It's a big collection, so I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second. I don't even know where to start. I'll start with my lipsticks. These are all my lipsticks from Jeffree Star. If you don't know who Jeffree Star is, he is a YouTuber slash beauty influencer slash music icon slash fashion icon. He's a multi-millionaire, let's just put it that way, from this brand, MySpace celebrity. My first drawer, I'll just take all the drawers out, is my nudes. I'm actually wearing this one, which is called Skin Tight, topped with his new lip gloss formula in I'm the Boss. It's the only one I could get, the others are all sold out. And it's been really controversial, but I do really, it's wearable. Like, I don't feel like my mouth is sticky. It's a bit sticky because it's gloss. I don't think, it's not gonna dry down, is it? It's freaking gloss, but you know, it's wearable. I don't feel like, which is nice, and I think it really added to this, to be fair. These are my weird funky colours, which is like, I use these two for like eyeliners, and like to do dots and like lines and stuff. I use those two, and then these are all, they're all lipsticks, but you can use them, they're completely eye safe, so you can do funky artwork with them. I actually bought this one to do a David Bowie stripe thing for Nozfest, but I wasn't very good at it, so I left it. I don't know what I'll do with it now, but yeah, they're all my funky colours. It's mainly green, to be fair, because I like a green lip. And these are all my reds. If you want to know what my favourite lipsticks are, oh my god, oh, I thought I broke it. It's okay. Wifey. This is Wifey from the family collection that he did with his partner Nathan. That's my favourite red. My favourite funky colour. Oh my god, I don't even think I have a favourite. I don't think I have a favourite funky colour, but my favourite nude, oh god, is either Scorpio. I use that one a lot. Or, is it this one? Yeah, Christmas Cookie, which is from the Christmas collection. I absolutely love that colour. They're the ones I wear the most. If I'm trying to be like funky and more rock and roll, then I usually go for Unicorn Blood, which is quite, I'm feeling like I want to be a bit different, then I will wear this, which is Designer Blood. It's got gold flakes in it. My thing's actually running out, which I'm really nervous about, but this is his new powder, which I use all the time. This is his new concealer in shade C3, which I use as my foundation. His lip scrub from the family collection I use all the time. It's pancakes and syrup flavour. Then I also have the Thirsty palette, Beauty Killer, Androgyny, Blood Sugar, and Alien, and I use Alien at the moment for basically all my rock star looks. So if you've ever seen me dress up as a rock star, I've used the Alien palette. Right, I don't have time to talk about anything else, so I'm just going to tell you the music that I've been loving at the moment, and that is Collateral, Velvet Revolver, Puddle of Mud, Motley Crue, and Huey Lewis and the Nose. See you soon, guys. I love you.